One. Good evening and a warm welcome to Turf Moor. Carabao Cup action for you tonight with Burnley hosting Tottenham Hotspur in an enthralling fourth round tie. Burnley against Tottenham Hotspur. We kick off at 7:45. The Clarets drew 2-2 at St Mary's on Saturday in a fantastic end-to-end Premier League fixture. Maxwell Cornet scored twice. Skipper Ben Mee missed the game after testing positive for COVID-19. He's back tonight as Sean Dyche makes 6 changes. There's a Burnley debut for Connor Roberts. Jack Cork is set to play in his 200th game for Burnley. So in come Roberts, Mee, Peters, Gudmundsson, Vidra and Rodriguez. Out go Lowton, Tarkowski, Taylor, Cornet, Wood and Westwood. But it's a strong side. A very strong side for Burnley. For Spurs, Nuno Espirito Santo has included Harry Kane. He plays up front. Son is on the bench. So let's have a look at those sides in a little more detail. For Burnley, Nick Pope in goal. Connor Roberts making his Burnley debut at right back. Eric Peters at left back. Skipper Ben Mee alongside Nathan Collins in the centre of defence. Good to see Ben Mee back in action after injury and illness. In midfield, Johan Berg Gudmundsson. 200th Burnley appearance for Jack Cork, Josh Brownhill and Dwight McNeil. Up front, Matty Vidra and Jay Rodriguez. Vidra was injured on international duty, back in the side today. On the bench, Will Norris, Charlie Taylor, Chris Wood, Ashley Barnes, Aaron Lennon, a winner of this competition with Spurs, ironically, Ashley Westwood, Maxwell Cornet, Phil Bardsley and Kevin Long. So a very strong 20, and Burnley could make 5 subs today. For Spurs, Pierluigi Galini in goal, Emerson Royal play right back, Ben Davis left back, Davinson Sanchez and Christian Romero in the centre. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in the centre of midfield alongside Oliver Skipp. Ahead of them, Giovanni Lo Celso, Stephen Bergwijn, Brian Hill and Harry Kane. Harry Kane, 9 goals against Burnley, 8 with Spurs, 1 on loan at Millwall. On the bench for Spurs, Brandon Austin, Matt Doherty, Sergio Reguilon, Son Wingman, Joe Rodon, Eric Dyer, Shafe Tanganga, Lucas Morrow and Tanguy Ndombele. Spurs have won this competition 4 times. As I said, Aaron Lennon was Harry Redknapp's side in 2008 when they won the competition. Everybody will remember the 2009 semi-final. Spurs went through 6-4 on aggregate, but not after a massive scare here. Jay Rodriguez, of course, a survivor from that semi-final. Here last season, Son got the only goal in a 1-0 Spurs win. They did the double over Burnley, a thumping 4-0 success at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with Gareth Bale scoring twice. Our referee tonight is Peter Banks. He did the 1-1 draw here with Sheffield United during lockdown, and we're set to get underway in about 12 minutes. Dave Roberts alongside me on Clarets Plus tonight. Got to say, Dave, first impressions, 2 very good sides there.
Yeah, the managers are certainly taking the competition seriously, although the changes have been made, as is the case for a lot of Premier League sides now. Particularly likes of Tottenham, who are obviously competing on more fronts, playing in Europe this season, so they need a deeper squad, and you need really to have sort of a 25-man squad where you've got players who can slot into those positions. I think Burnley now are at a level where we've perhaps got a stronger squad than we've had in previous years in terms of like-for-like replacements coming in. You aren't too worried about the likes of Eric Peters coming in. You've got Matty Vidra up front. Obviously, Connor Roberts is starting for the first time, but he's got a lot of potential as well. So some players who've got a point to prove as well, and hopefully we'll see a very good game tonight.
What did you make of Southampton? 2-2 draw. I thought it was one of the best Premier League games we've been involved in.
Yeah, I mean, Burnley did well, took the lead, and then I think we were under the cosh a little bit towards the end of the first half. That equaliser was coming long before it happened. They had hit the post.
Crazy spell.
They had an easy miss from Nathan Redmond, and then eventually they did score. Then they took the lead immediately after half-time, and we were up against it a little bit, but I think we did really well. We did really well to get back into the game. Obviously, Maxwell Cornet scored a couple of goals, which was really good. And it's maybe on the balance of things, we were reasonably pleased with a 2-2, because I think it could have been worse.
Yes, yeah. Tell us about Maxwell Cornet. He's a real fan's favourite now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's come into the side, hit the ground running, and he's played really, really well. He's scored 3 goals already. He's one of those players who he's got something about him. He brings a different aspect to Burnley's play, and I think going forward, maybe it's a case of trying to build a team around him, because he's certainly an exciting player, and a player who gets the crowd excited. So
where does he play from here onwards? Is that the crucial question? $64,000 question.
He's played everywhere. Well, he's played a little bit at left full back. He's played left midfield. Yeah. He's kind of played a supporting role up front. It depends really. I think there were maybe 1 or 2 concerns on Saturday. He wasn't tracking back as much as he might have done, and maybe the defensive part of his play where he was playing wasn't as strong as we would like it to have been, but obviously scored a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Maybe if he's got the freedom to play more of a free role behind
yes.
a number 9 up front, then that might be where he ends up playing.
Yeah, he's spoken to us for Saturday's programme, for the Brentford programme, and we talked about his various roles and which was his favourite. He did say left midfield, but he likes playing off the number 9. In our case, Chris Wood, of course. And I thought that the equaliser was reminiscent of Andre Gray.
Yeah.
The half volley left-footed. You know, Andre was good at that. Sort of half a chance, and he got a shot away, and he invariably got it on target. And it reminded me a little bit of Andre.
Yeah, he showed strength, didn't he? He sort of shrugged his marker off and got a shot away. It's not often we tend to shoot from those positions.
No.
So caught the goalkeeper a little bit by surprise as well, and went in for the equaliser. So we were more than happy about that.
Yeah. It's a rare goal outside the box for us, isn't it? I think. What do you make of tonight? There's bound to be memories of 12 years ago, and how we felt hard done by, didn't we?
Yeah, it was. It was an incredible night. We didn't have too much hope going into it. 4-1 down from the first leg, although we obviously took the lead, didn't we, in that game, down at White Hart Lane.
Yes, yeah.
And it was a case of, we knew what we had to do. We got the 3 goals, and then it went to extra time, and we thought we were there, didn't we? You know, 2 minutes to go, and then sucker punch.
Yeah,
and then
people forget how close it was to the end.
118th minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the lad's tired in the last sort of 10 minutes of extra time, understandably. I mean, Jay talked about it with us this week, and he said it's an atmosphere like he's never seen before and again.
Yeah, I mean, it was a cold and wet night, wasn't it? If you remember, and in fact, it was for the Arsenal game, wasn't it? In the previous round.
Yes. Yeah.
But it was fantastic night. Jay Rodriguez obviously came off the bench and scored what was the equaliser on aggregate. And under normal circumstances, that would have been it, other than the very bizarre away goals rule that only counts after extra time. Who came up with that one, Phil?
Yeah, I don't know. He talked about that, and I think Chris Eagles thought we'd got through. I think he thought we'd got through. I think there were 1 or 2 of the lads thought we were through. I mean, obviously in the press room we knew the rules beforehand. Crazy though they are, we knew the rules. But it was still a fantastic turnaround. Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those where it was just from a high to then a low when we went out, and you just couldn't believe it. I came away from the ground and just sat in my car for half an hour, Phil. I couldn't do anything.
It must be one of the best games you've seen at Turf Moor.
Absolutely brilliant, yeah.
Certainly right up there for me.
As a spectacle for neutrals as well, it was fantastic.
And Jay talked about taking that day and using it as a motivation. We're in the middle of a bad run. I don't know if you remember, in the league at that stage.
Yeah, we
went and lost to Watford 3-0 away from home after that. But they used it as a motivational tool, and it got them to Wembley for what was the ultimate prize, really.
If you'd have, of the 2, you'd have preferred what happened in the end. So if you're being greedy and saying, well, you could only add one of them, then we got the one we wanted, didn't we? We got back to the Premier League after such a long wait.
Yes, he said blessing in disguise, and I can sort of understand. I don't like both, but if you can only have one, certainly Burnley were going to take the Wembley playoff final win. What about our form currently? It's a little bit of an enigma, isn't it? We seem to be playing pretty well without getting the results.
Yeah, and disappointing part for me is the fact we've taken the lead so many times in games and not converted those. I think we've dropped, again, more points from winning positions than any other side in the Premier League so far this season.
Yes, it's 12 now, isn't it?
It's, I think, no, it's actually more, isn't it? Because if you count, we were winning on Saturday. It's actually 14, isn't it?
Was it 10? I thought it was 10 before Saturday.
Sorry, is it 12? Right,
12,
okay,
yeah, it's 10 before Saturday. So
we're way out in front. There's no other team near us. So that's a disappointment for me, the fact that we have dropped those points from winning positions, because I think in previous seasons we've sort of prided ourselves a little bit on the fact that we've taken the lead and we've managed to grind wins out, whereas we've not quite been able to have that strong jaw to keep the lead in games. So I think if we can get the lead tonight, we need to make sure we can rectify that, really.
And one eye on Saturday, because Saturday's a massive fixture against Brentford.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of injury problems. Looking at their injury list, there's about 8 players out, and their goalkeeper's injured now as well. So they're.
I think Brentford will come back to the pack. I think it's reminiscent of us in the first season. Blackpool the year after that. I think Brentford could come back to the pack. Here come the teams. Let's go through the lineups for you. For Burnley, skipper Ben Mee returns. Good to see him after injury and illness. Burnley line up like this. Nick Pope in goal. A Burnley debut for Connor Roberts at right back. Joined the Clarets from Swansea. Eric Peters is at left back. Nathan Collins and Ben Mee in the centre. In midfield, Johan Berg Gudmundsson, Jack Cork, Josh Brownhill, Dwight McNeil. It's Jack Cork's 200th Burnley appearance tonight. Ahead of them, Matty Vidra and Jay Rodriguez. On the bench for Burnley, reserve keeper Will Norris, Charlie Taylor, Chris Wood, Ashley Barnes, Aaron Lennon. He was a winner with, ironically, Spurs in this competition. Ashley Westwood, Maxwell Cornet, Phil Bardsley and Kevin Long. Burnley can make 5 changes today. Pierluigi Golini is in the Spurs goal. Emerson Royale at right back. Ben Davis at left back. Davinson Sanchez, Christian Romero in the centre. Holding roles, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Oliver Skipp. Ahead of them, Giovanni Lo Celso, Stephen Bergwijn, Brian Hill. Ahead of them, Harry Kane. He'll play up front. 9 goals against the Clarets. 8 with Tottenham, 1 with Millwall. On the bench for Spurs, Brandon Austin, Matt Doherty, Sergio Reguilon, Son Heung-min, Joe Rodon, Eric Dyer, Chape Tanganga, Lucas Moura and Tanguy Ndombele. So strong side, very strong side, much stronger Spurs side than we saw last Thursday against Vitesse Arnhem. We're a few minutes from kick-off. Harry Kane will meet Ben Mee in the centre. Great to see Ben Mee back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's well rested. I think it's a good opportunity to see that partnership of Ben Mee and Nathan Collins together. We've seen Nathan Collins with James Tarkowski while Ben Mee's been out, and now it's a chance for the flip side of the coin, if you will. I think.
Yeah, it'll be a tricky selection dilemma. Maybe come Saturday.
Or we play 3 at the back.
Or you could play 3 at the back. It'll be interesting.
It's an option, isn't it?
It is an option. Collins has done very well. He's got a big test tonight because he's up against England's finest in Harry Kane.
You could do that and have Maxwell Cornet as a wing back, couldn't you?
You could. I think Cornet will play off Chris Wood on Saturday. We're close to getting underway here. Burnley, of course, in claret and blue. The players take a knee. Spurs in all black. Burnley will attack the Barnfield construction stand in the first half. Cricket field stand, of course. Ball forward immediately. Collins to win the header. It's a blustery day. Not particularly cold, but a blustery day. Sanchez with an effort from his own half. And that's a comfortable one for Pope. Big boot forward. It's Vidra and Rodriguez up top. Cork's done well here. Scored his first Burnley goal against Spurs, the end of that first Premier League season. Collins just got that behind Roberts. Can't keep that in play. And it'll be a throw, left-hand side, be left for Ben Davies. Ben Davies and Connor Roberts were born close to each other in Wales, a matter of a couple of miles away, I think. Pope with the kick, that'll just drift out, so it'll be a Spurs throw. Place in the quarter-final at stake tonight. Helped on by Bergwijn. Kane stopped by Gudmundsson. That'll be a Spurs throw, left-hand side with Davies. We've already lost some paperwork tonight. It is a blustery night. I'm sure we'll have another look at that off the YouTube footage. Spurs got the possession near the Burnley byline. Collins has done well with it though. Roberts gets it away. Looking forward to seeing Connor Roberts today. It's his first appearance, of course, in a Burnley shirt. It's going to be an offside flag. Burnley free kick. 3 wins each in this competition. Burnley against Spurs. Clarets famously won a quarter-final at White Hart Lane by 4 goals to 1. Place in the quarter-finals at stake tonight. Sean Dyche with some instructions. And it'll be Nick Pope with the kick. Immediately looking for Vidra, might get there. Oh, for Rodriguez and Vidra. Vidra nearly got there. The wind just took it beyond their back line. And in the end, Galini was there in time.
There's a case for playing some speculative balls up in these weather conditions because the ball's just swirling around, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure there's any one particular direction.
No, it's been both ways, Phil, yeah. Because
Davinson Sanchez certainly got some wind assistant help with his effort earlier. Collins to get that forward, looking for Rodriguez, beyond him. Vidra takes it down nicely, trying to collect it and run, but not able to. Forward here for Hill. A bit of space here for Lo Celso. Helps it on for Kane. Early opportunity here for Kane. Drags it well wide. Scored a lot of goals against Burnley. Burnley don't want to be giving him any opportunities tonight. But dragged it well wide in the end. Yeah, well wide in the end. That's no real danger for Nick Pope. But he scored for Millwall, didn't he, when he was a youngster, Harry Kane? Yeah, it's 8 Spurs, 1 Millwall. Yeah. But it's far too many as far as Burnley are concerned. He's got a few to go to catch Jimmy Greaves. He has, yes, he has. Yeah. Jimmy no longer with us, of course. That's sad news. Here's Nick Pope with a goal kick. Burnley play Brentford here on Saturday. 6 changes tonight for the Clarets. Might break here for Brownhill. Ben Mee to touch it back to the keeper, Pope. Kane in pursuit. Didn't travel last Thursday to Arnhem in that Europa Conference game. Clearance here from Ben Davies. Kane couldn't play any part. He was clearly offside. Rolled out for Ben Mee. It's goalless here. We've played 4 minutes. Burnley 0, Tottenham 0. Here's Peters. Just checks inside. Stopped in his tracks by the Spaniard Ryan Hill. Burnley throw, halfway inside the Spurs half. Here's Brownhill. Looking to get it wide for Roberts. First opportunity to see the Welshman coming forward. Uses Brownhill. Simple touch inside, but Burnley lose out. Eric Peters will tidy up. He's got McNeil left-hand side. McNeil up against his man, checks inside. Can't beat his man and he's fouled. It'll be a free kick halfway line. Picks himself up somewhat gingerly. McNeil. Burnley do not want any injuries ahead of the weekend. Looking here for Gudmundsson. Does win a good header. On the chase is Rodriguez. We know all about his record in this competition. Touch back for Gudmundsson. On in turn for Brownhill. Brownhill clips it forward nicely. Roberts had continued his run. And Lucky just couldn't take it down. It's knocked behind for a goal kick. And if he makes half the impression Maxwell Cornet's made, we're on to something good. Yeah, we've seen him already, haven't we? He's played a couple of games for Wales and looked reasonably promising when he's played in those games.
And he's certainly one for the future, I think, Phil.
Absolutely, yeah. 25, Connor Roberts, won that well. Here's Goodmanson, wins himself a throw, off Ben Davis, almost level with the Spurs penalty area, right-hand side. Roberts with it.
He's got a long throw as well, I believe.
He has, yes, he has. It's quite a weapon, I think. We'll see it at some stage. Rodriguez to collect it from the throw. Needs support, just boxed off. Lo Celso comes away with it. Nice skill from him. Gets the 1-2 going into the Burnley half now. Good challenge from Collins. Brownhill back to his keeper. Pope out of his box quickly. Looking for Vidra over the top. And it bounced, well, it blew awkwardly. And in the end, the defender just about did enough. Ben Mee wins the next challenge. Might break here for Bergwijn. Left-hand side with Davis. Spurs half. Played 6 minutes. Burnley 0, Spurs 0. Here's Lo Celso, Argentinian international. Had those weeks of quarantine after the first international break. Argentine comrade Romero. On for Sanchez. Here's Højbjerg just sitting deep. On for Davis. Burnley 4-4-2. Spurs 4-2-3-1. With Kane as the figurehead. It's back with Sanchez. Uses Højbjerg. Here's Skip on loan at Norwich last season. Oliver Skip. Lo Celso on for Davis. Back again for Lo Celso. Good possession for Spurs. Halfway line. Back for Højbjerg again, just sitting amongst the centre-backs. Looks to spread it for Davis. He'll have to go some to get that. Goes behind for a goal kick. Burnley will just take the breather. 7 minutes gone. It's quite a change, 6 changes. It's a lot of changes, isn't it? And it might just take a few minutes for players to get used to each other.
It can do a little bit, particularly players coming in who haven't had that many minutes, certainly in Premier League games so far this season. You hope that perhaps that improves as the game goes on, that sort of fluidity and just getting used to what they're about and who they're playing with, particularly perhaps for Connor Roberts coming in for his debut.
Yes. Kick from Pope. Header won by Højbjerg. Next one, Kane. Win another ball here. Looking to touch it on Bergwijn. Good acrobatics from Collins to get it away. Next header won by Romero. Brownhill takes it down. On for Goodmanson. Goodmanson comes inside nicely. Helps it on for Peters. McNeil's available left-hand side. Goodmanson trying to go down that side as well. On nicely here for Vidra. Good movement from Vidra. Looked like he was being held inside for McNeil. Oh, I think the referee could have brought that back there. Certainly didn't help Burnley's cause. Didn't really turn out to be an advantage. It's going to be a Spurs throw.
I don't think he played one, Phil.
No, I don't think he did in the end, no. Throw to Spurs in front of the Burnley dugout. 9 minutes on the watch. Spurs did the double over Burnley last season. 1-0 here, 4-0 in North London. Here's Davis. Uses Sanchez. Romero's on loan from Atalanta. And he'll get it back here. Turns it back to the keeper, Galini, also on loan from Atalanta. Romero in his own box, almost encouraging Burnley to come to him. Uses Galini. Galini to get it forward, looking for Kane. Kane against Collins. Kane holding Collins off. Bergwijn to collect, try and drive forward. Looking for Kane again over the top, won't get it. Pope will collect through to Pope. Too much on it. Here's Roberts. Has played in the Premier League with Swansea, the year they were relegated. Collins looking to spread it. Looking for Peters, didn't quite work out. Here's Brian Hill, right-hand side. Good pressure from McNeil. Back for Romero. On in turn for Sanchez. Burnley sitting deep, being patient. It's a poor ball in the end from Sanchez. Here's Roberts once more. Ball inside to find Cork. On for me. Westwood rested tonight in the middle of the park. Nice turn from McNeil. Gets away from Royale. Royale checks back on him. Ball inside looking for Cork. Couldn't collect it. Was almost away, McNeil. Royale got back at him. Here's Ben Mee. Nice and steady. Just ships it on for Peters. Peters under pressure. Loses out. But it will be a Burnley throw. Ben Mee will leave it for Eric Peters. Burnley twice reached the fourth round under Sean Dyche before, but haven't got as far as the quarter-finals under the manager. Here's Rodriguez, wins himself a throw. It's with Peters. Strong winds, you'll hear them on the mic. Really, really strong out there. And it's blustery. It's not conducive necessarily to good football. Here's Peters. But he just couldn't keep the ball there, unfortunately. Højbjerg to help it on. Ball over the top. Kane wins the header. Next one's Roberts. Nice and calm. Cork helped it on for Gudmundsson. Roberts started his run. Looked like he hit the arm of Davis there. Looked a free kick to me, but it's a throw only. You'd have thought the linesman would have seen that.
Yeah, maybe he deemed it was too close. It was right next to him, wasn't it? So it went out for a throw anyway. So I think in those situations they don't tend to give them.
Here's Gudmundsson, right-hand side. Back with Roberts. Gudmundsson again looking to help it on for Roberts. Bergwijn's got back. Roberts wins it. Hooks it back inside for Vydra. Vydra trying to turn on the edge of the box. Here's Cork. Goes wide for Roberts. Gudmundsson to deliver across here.
Ball.
Decent ball in there. Oh, and it's the defender that gets the touch to knock it over. Supreme cross from Johan Berg Gudmundsson. We know what he can do in those situations. First corner of the game to Burnley. What a cross that was.
Yeah, great ball into the 6-yard box, wasn't it? And I think Spurs were thankful they got a foot to that ball first, because I think any Burnley touch there would have ended up in the back of the net.
Gudmundsson to deliver. Left foot in swinger, put the keeper under pressure. Oh, it's Collins held
him to the floor there, surely.
It's Collins and Sanchez.
No VAR today, is there?
No VAR today, so they'll be pushing and shoving in the box, I would imagine. Good ball inside, finds Cork. Cork layoff back for Peters. Here's Brownhill, screams of shoot. Skied it. Not to be. But there was a bit of wrestling in the middle there. And it's all down really to Peter Banks tonight.
Yeah, the referee needs to be watching this. It almost looked like he wrestled him to the floor there. Yeah, he's got an arm round the back of Nathan Collins there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shout, isn't it? I mean, Collins certainly thought he was being held.
Maybe one of those you don't get the first time, but maybe when the referee's seen it, you've got more chance the second time.
Yes, and I'm not sure they're necessarily referred on VAR, are they? At the minute, you're not quite sure what is being referred.
I think that's part of the problem, the fact that certainly supporters in the ground don't know what's going on. I'm not sure the ones at home watched on TV have got any more idea.
No, that's true. That's true. VAR will be back, of course, at the weekend. It's with Romero. Helps it on Sanchez. Here's Skip sitting deep. Down the line for Davis. He's kept it in. No, that was fair enough, I think. It's back again here with Lo Celso. He's looking to pull the strings. Spreads it. Can McNeil reach this? He can. Hit him more than collected it. It's back though here with Kane. Kane touched back for Højbjerg. On for Kane. I wonder if Kane will play 90 minutes, but he's been robbed. A combination of Cork and McNeil. Here's Roberts. Kane to try and win it back. Roberts has a bit more time inside for Brownhill. Nice flick from Brownhill. Created space. Here's Mee. On for Peters. Lively start. Lively first quarter of an hour. Here's Mee. For Cork. Back with Ben Mee. Looks to spread it here for Roberts. Good ball. It's a great ball from Ben Mee. Roberts will get there. Full of running. It's got Gudmundsson close to him. Uses Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson inside nicely for Brownhill. Had time to maybe get a cross in there, but it's going to be Gudmundsson again. That left foot just arcs one in. Wasn't the worst ball in the world. Not easy to judge the crosses, perhaps. But it evaded the two on the far side, Royal and McNeil. But promising from Gudmundsson.
Yeah, he's getting some space on this right-hand side, and who knows, can get a goal on his birthday, Phil.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Not many Burnley players have done that.
No, that's true. 31 today. Goal kick taken eventually. Sanchez just loops one into the middle. Somehow Burnley have won it back. Here's Ben Mee. Touched inside for Collins. On nicely for Roberts. Roberts for Gudmundsson. Then Gudmundsson and Roberts linking up quite nicely. Foul here on Gudmundsson. And that'll be a free kick just inside the Spurs half. Gudmundsson just stayed down. I think he's lost his boot. I don't think it's anything to worry about. And we will have a Burnley free kick. I think Roberts will take it. That's interesting. Just picking up set pieces. And he'll swing this in right-footed. It's deep towards the back post. Collins can't win it. Cork talk it wide again for Roberts. Roberts has taken it down. Goes wide for Gudmundsson, trying to open on miskicked. Here's Bergwijn looking to get away from his man, but he's fouled. Free kick given against Roberts. I've got to say there wasn't much more in that than the Vidra incident 5 minutes or so before. Free kick to Spurs. 18 minutes on the watch, just inside the Burnley half. The Celso to come and get it short. Iber on for Romero. Romero just a touch on for Hill and given away. Burnley getting some possession here, but Romero to win it back. Skip for Sanchez on in turn for Ben Davis. Was colleagues, of course, Davis and Roberts. Romero once more. Goes wide, right-hand side. Bit of space here for Spaniard Bryan Hill. Good challenge from Peters. Very little gets past Eric Peters. Here's Lo Celso, touch back. Royal, on for Romero. Romero just coming forward. Vidra going with him. He's gone wide on that right-hand side for Hill. He got the decisive penalty in the last round when they beat Wolves, but he's been dispossessed again. Here's McNeil, looks to drive forward. Use Vidra. Vidra.
Oh, come on!
Certainly a foul. Certainly a foul. The defender was always struggling. Should, I would imagine, be a yellow card, but I don't think Peter Banks is going to issue that. Just tested him for pace, didn't he? It was a firm shove in the back.
Well, he had about 3 or 4 goals, didn't he, before he finally got the shove and Burnley got the free kick. But it's a dangerous position here for a ball to be whipped in from the left-hand side.
If there are any doubts about Matty Vidra's fitness, that run would suggest he's fine and okay. Corner, left-hand side.
Do we have a right-footed in-swinger or a left-footed out-swinger?
Yes.
Attempt to play a right-footed in-swinger and hope that
somebody gets a touch,
or even if it goes straight in if the goalkeeper gets.
It's Matty Vidra that's edging towards the back post for the minute.
Yeah.
The referee's happy with the wall. It's a 2-man wall, left-hand side, swung in, headed away. Might fall here for Gudmundsson. Cries of shoot. He's gone back here to Roberts. Ball in. Rodriguez to take it down. Goes back. The crowd wanted it wide on the left for McNeil. Here's Brownhill. Peters just scuffed that a little. McNeil's had to just turn back and use his keeper here.
Didn't have a choice there, really,
no, he didn't really. I don't think the pace on the ball helped him. Kick from Pope, looking through the middle. Too much on it.
very hard to judge with this wind, isn't it?
I think so. Gone all the way through to Galini.
What are the odds on a goalkeeper scoring before the end of 90 minutes, Phil?
Never seen it. Never. I was disappointed when Alan Legston scored the other year. Never ever seen it in a professional game. Ben Mee with a header. It was Bolton against Burnley in '83. It last happened in a league fixture. Here's Bergwijn looking to take on Roberts. Touched inside. Well won by Court. Ahead of Lo Celso. Court looking for support here. Knocks it down the channel. Sanchez to win it. Ahead of Rodriguez. Here's Højbjerg. Gets it back. Former Southampton player. Uses Lo Celso. Busy South American. Spreads it wide for Emerson Royal. McNeil will go to him. Touch inside for Hill. On for Royal again. Here's Lo Celso. Touch on. Trying to get it through for Kane. He might have been offside, but it didn't matter because Ben Mee intercepted. Here's Roberts. Driving forward. Right hand side. High energy levels, Connor Roberts. Runs more than anybody else on the pitch, we've been told. Here's Eric Peters. Can he whip in across here? Has he overrun it? Has in the end, because Højbjerg's nicked it. Touch inside. Ooh, collision here. I thought it was accidental. I didn't think it was a foul. But Spurs get a free kick. Lo Celso's gone down. It was almost a Burnley sandwich, I think.
Going back to the goalkeepers, no Burnley goalkeepers ever scored a goal in a competitive match, although Jerry Dawson did miss a penalty. And Harry, I think we had a goalkeeper scoring in a Lancashire Cup tie.
That's right, yes, it was. Harry Thompson, yes. Yeah,
in the 60s.
There's various stages. They've been important competitions, haven't they? Hasn't got first team status these days. Brian Hill's gone down for some reason now. The referee saying, well, you're not getting any treatment. The trainers were on for somebody else. Is that it? Is that it for the Spaniard? Is he coming off? Mike Dean's the fourth official and he's trying to come to make some sense of it, I think. Connor Roberts wins the header. I think Brian Hill's coming off here. He made to go to the seats in the dugout.
Yeah, the board's getting ready, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the referee was right to insist that he left the field of play. He was capable of doing that. Certainly wasn't a head injury. It's back with Gudmundsson. He started brightly, I think. Gudmundsson has got McNeil wide, uses him. McNeil against Lo Celso, overlap from Peters, gets the cross in, looking for Rodriguez. It's come off the defender, and then in the end, Peters on his chest behind for a goal kick. So Spurs will be using one of their permitted 5. Goal kick, Spurs are taking an age with.
It's bizarre we're changing rules halfway through a competition, Phil. I don't know how that works.
It is. The Spurs Twitter feed had just put a picture up of Brian Hill, and he's had to go off, unfortunately. Lucas Moura is coming on. 24 minutes. Yeah, I mean, you worry a little bit about the integrity of the competition when you're changing things ahead of the last 16.
You can't change it halfway through.
No. It's back here with Romero. Royal under pressure from McNeil. Doing that well, Burnley. Applying good pressure. Substitution being announced on the PA. Here's Davis. Drives forward. Gudmundsson going with him. Ball inside looking for Bergwijn. Good touch, but Collins has just managed to get a half block on it. Ben Mee for Roberts. Inside for Brownhill. Back for the skipper. And he's looking left-hand side here for Rodriguez. Romero to it first. Touch back to his keeper, Galini. Inside and on in turn for Sanchez. 20 minutes to half-time. Burnley 0, Spurs 0. Back inside for Højbjerg. Looks to spread it here for Royal. Headed on for the sub, Lucas Moura. Clearance that went skyward from Peters. Here's Oibert. Picks out his man. Kane's down the right-hand side now and collects this pass. Will he keep it in play? Just. Touched inside nicely. On in turn, Lo Celso. Lo Celso here for Moura. Lucas Moura goes wide for Royal. Royal coming forward, dinks it into the middle. Bergwijn with a missed kick. Will it fall for Davis? Gudmundsson's done well. Breaks away. What's he got ahead of him? Rodriguez trying to join Vidra. Gudmundsson goes inside, finds Cork. Cork trying to hold off his man. He's dispossessed, no foul. Here's Lucas Moura. Driving forward, fancy footwork, trying to go through the middle. Gets the better of Roberts. Lo Celso to drive one in. Easy clearance for Peters, right-footed. Here's Ben Davies, left back to left back. Davies inside for Skip. On in turn for Oibert. Here's Romero. Good Spurs pressure. Ball over the top, looking for Kane. Pope comes. Flex it well. Looks early, looking for Rodriguez. Romero wins it. Was 2-on-2. Romero got there ahead of Vidra. Thumbs up from Vidra. Slip from the defender, no foul.
He's giving it now.
Oh, I'd want another look at that. Only seemed to give it on appeal, didn't he? Rodriguez just trying to close him down. Just catch him, to be fair. It is a foul. Free kick to Spurs. In front of the Spurs dugout. It's back with Romero. Burnley played Brentford here on Saturday. 3 o'clock kickoff. Then away to Chelsea a week on Saturday. Came back to Romero. Burnley have actually played quite well away at Liverpool and Man City. It's the enigma of the season so far. Some decent performances, but not getting the points. Lucas Moura turns, faces play. On for Royal. He's just got the better of Peters. Good challenge here from Ben Mee. Wins the ball. I think it would have been a goal kick, but probably Burnley weren't absolutely certain. Vidra wins that for Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson loses out to Davis. Spurs Sprite on the one-on-ones. Helped on here for Kane. Couldn't take it in his stride. He's kept it in play though. Back again here for Lo Celso. Shorn into Connor Roberts. Dinks one down the line for Vidra. Just eased off the ball by Sanchez. Here's Romero. Royal just encouraged to go down the right. Lucas Moura's wriggled away from 3, and in the end he's fouled by Brownhill. That'll be a free kick. What about 25 yards from goal? Right of centre. Wynn just gets up again. Done well, hadn't he, to get away from challenges.
Need a paperweight tonight, Phil.
Yes, yeah, I mean, it is very blustery. I just wonder if it plays a part in this free kick here. It's not as central as the Odegaard one. It's at right of centre. Burnley just organising their wall. I think Kane might fancy this.
There's certainly an argument for sending a powerful shot at goal, because even with this strong wind, you can get movement.
Never know.
Can't you?
Yeah, you can get movement. Lo Celso's over it as well. Lucas Moura's come away.
The problem might be keeping it down.
Yes. I think Lo Celso's not happy with the wall, but it does look 10 yards to me.
Well, the referee's drawn a line, so
yeah, they're behind the line, so they move on. Is Kane going to hit it? Lo Celso. Lo Celso.
Right,
it's the wall. The wall did its job. It was almost Eric Peters turning away.
Wasn't a good free kick, was it?
No, it wasn't. I thought they were indecisive who was going to hit it in the end. It's back with Oibert. Spreads it wide, right-hand side, Royale. Up against McNeil. Decent spell for Spurs. Here's Lo Celso. Finds Kane, just operating a little deeper. Burnley have won it.
Challenge.
And come away. It was Rodriguez with the challenge to win it. McNeil gets that away. Vidra's isolated a little. Sanchez wins it. Cork to win the next ball. It's clipped off a defender. Sanchez will use his keeper. Galina on for Oibert. Looks a good crowd. Looks a decent crowd. Oibert to use Davis, driving forward, he's got Bergwijn ahead of him. Good challenge from Roberts and he's fouled. That'll be a free kick.
Did well.
Yeah, full stretch, Roberts to block it. He's just picked up a knock in the process, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's a decent following from North London on a Wednesday night. There won't be too many trains back down there at the time this match finishes, will there?
No. No, they might struggle with that. Here's Paul with it. Of course, assistant manager Ian Warren's played against Spurs in an FA Cup final. For Forest, long ball over the top, nearly got there.
Wasn't far away, was it?
No, it's almost the defenders left it.
Just need to get a toe to that, and there would have been certainly something to think about for the Spurs defence.
Strange the defenders left it. They just seemed to leave that. Whether they thought it was going through quicker to the keeper. Here's Skip for Spurs. Oliver Skip uses Sanchez. Davis back for Sanchez, made his debut against Burnley at Wembley, I remember. On for Skip. Skip looking to spread this. Decent ball. Looking for Royale. Royale takes it in his stride. Comes inside. Touch back again here for Lucas Moura. On for Oibert. Oibert just to help it on for Skip. Wide again for Royale. Royale looking to get across him, but Peters closes him down. Touch back for Lucas Moura. Brazilian just inside for Oibert. Space for Davies left hand side and used. 13 minutes to half time. Goalless at the moment. Here's Skip, wearing 29. Young midfielder, England 21 international. Uses Bergwijn, back for Oibert. Here's Skip again. On in turn here. Here's Sanchez. On for Oibert. Wide again here for Davis. Did well to keep it in play, Davis. Back for Oibert. Skip will face and turn. Lucas Moura trying to get away, but Burnley nicked it again. McNeil, heavy touch.
Oh, it's a foul,
to Skip. Oh, looked like Skip was full-blooded there. I think the referee thinks he's got the ball. Hopefully McNeil's going to pick himself up now. It's come to nothing, thankfully. Peters to knock it out of play, and you'd want to see that again, I think. And I think Ben Mee's across to the referee to say what happened there, ref.
I don't think if he'd got the ball, then it'd have gone down like he did.
Oh,
right over his ankle.
It's a shocker from Skip. He's gone over the ball.
It'd be interesting if we had VAR tonight, Phil.
Interesting what Peter Banks thinks he's seen there, because he's seen a really poor challenge. A shake of the head from the referee. Whoa, what a poor one from Oliver Skip. On another day, he'd have been on his way. Poor challenge.
Still feeling it is Dwight.
Yeah, not surprised. Poor from the referee. Did win the ball, but over the ball as well. Skip with the next touch. Mee with the header. Vidra to try and flick it on. Couldn't get direction on it.
It's moving okay now.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, it's one of those that could be bad, couldn't it? Ball over the top looking for Bergwijn. Burnley did well to reach it. There's a collision involving Roberts,
nasty that, didn't it?
Collins and Bergwijn.
Three of them together.
All three are down. To praise Collins, I'm going to say he got there.
Collins got the ball, but I think, did he go into...
To his own man, I think.
Roberts as well.
Yes, he did, yeah. Bergwijn was between the two of them, and he's collided with Roberts. But again, good defending.
Yeah, he had to go for the ball. There was uncertainty there, wasn't there?
I'm sure he's impressed you, Dave, so far.
Yeah, he's done very well since he came into the side, and yeah, we've got competition for places there. at the centre of defence. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 20 as well.
Yeah, you forget sometimes he's an international footballer, isn't he now? It's
Yes, in the blue of Ireland. They played in blue on that, there, which was a little bit of a surprise.
Come on, you boys in blue, doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
Doesn't. Did a little piece for us on the programme. Obviously a very, very special night for the Collins family. And I think everybody, thankfully, is okay, including Stephen Bergwijn. So a lengthy delay. Did what he had to do, Collins. Still not convinced Connor Roberts is 100%. 9 minutes to half-time. Pope with a kick. Big boot as well. And Rodriguez on the chase. Royal just got a touch. Headed back by Romero. At the minute, that's Burnley's best creative tool. Drops it to the floor, Chiellini. Never quite understand that. Centre-back seeing a lot of the ball. All adds up to the possession stats. Goodmanson couldn't find Collins, and Bergwijn's on a run here. Trying to go down this left-hand side. Roberts with him. He's got a touch on it. Bergwijn still trying to make progress. Back to Davis. Inside for Kane. Kane for Royal. Back again for Emerson Royal. Former Barcelona man. Lo Celso inside for Romero. Remember, Spurs already made one change. Spaniard Brian Hill went off injured. Header away by me. Got there ahead of Højbjerg. And that'll be a Spurs throw. Half of very few chances so far. Royal touch inside. Gets it back. Under pressure. We'll use Romero. Spurs 4 times winners of this competition. And I do remember an ex-Claret getting the winner in 1973. Ralph Coates. Spurs beat Norwich 1-0. Here's Skip, helps it on for Kane. Wide here for Bergwijn. Coming inside, looking to get a shot away. Good block, Roberts. Good defensive work from the former Swansea man. Ball inside for Romero. Romero has got options. Tucks it wide for Lucas Moura. Royal trying to join him. Lucas Moura fancy footwork against McNeil. Slips it inside. Go behind. Off a Spurs player. Burnley goal kick. 7 minutes to half-time. Little in the game, Dave. Not too many goal attempts either.
No, it's flown by this first half. I think there's been a little bit of action. Not, as you say, not too much in terms of opportunities on goal, but it's been an interesting contest, and yeah, not too much in it.
Elsewhere, Leicester lead Brighton 1-0. Brentford are 1-up at Stoke. Brentford did well in the competition last year. Canos has got the go. Remains West Ham 0. Manchester City 0. Brownhill to win this. Trying to get it forward for Vidra. Battling away. Right hand side, Royal. Skip. Back for Romero. On in turn for Sanchez. Here's Davis. Flat 4 for Spurs. Looking for Bergwijn. It's a test for Collins because he's got pace. Collins can't get the clearance away. Højbjerg to collect near the byline now. The Dane overrun it. Came to nothing. Kicks away in frustration. Does collect the ball in the end for Nick Pope, so he's cancelled out his descent probably. Made good progress and then just had a sloppy touch.
Just angry with himself there, wasn't he?
Yeah. Rodriguez couldn't take that down. It's an awkward ball in the air, isn't it? Here's Rodriguez now, looking to help it on for Vidra. Bit of pace, Sanchez got there, hooks it out for a throw.
Vids was catching him up there. His
yes.
spurt of pace there didn't quite get the ball, but it's a throw into Burnley on the far side.
It's that first 10 yards, I think, for Vidra. He is very quick. Here's Ben Mee. Looking for Rodriguez, who's offside. The flag's gone up. This will be a free kick to Spurs. Final 5 minutes of the half. Back 2009, Burnley were 1-up with that sublime Blake free kick. Spurs in no hurry to take it.
It was magic that night, Robbie Blake.
Was absolutely fantastic. Burnley have already got through on penalties this season, have Spurs. So both sides a little bit of experience. After 90 minutes, we go straight to penalties. Romero, Lucas Moura under pressure. But might break here nicely. Lucas Moura driving through. Has he got options? Looks to touch it on. Roberts did well. Spurs players stayed down. Peters on here for McNeil. McNeil fouled by Skip, and that'll be a free kick. Spurs player back up. Did well there, Roberts. Good interception, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was looking dangerous, and he got a foot in and did well. And then obviously free kick for Burnley with the foul on Dwight McNeil on the far side.
Yeah, good interception. I don't think it was a particularly good ball, to be fair. Lucas Moura. It's Giovanni Lo Celso that's limping now. Free kick with Nick Pope. Pope to get it forward. Booted Nick Pope's towel into the crowd, apparently. Højbjerg. Chase here for Burnley. This is awkward. Roberts to it first. Touches it back for Pope. Too much on it. That needed to go out to our stand.
Well, yeah, it's a good job it was wide of the goal, not on target, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's always the first thing to make sure. I think just needed to be even a cushioned off volley into the James Hargreaves stand, I think. Free kick corner down this left-hand side with Lo Celso. Looks like he's okay now. Romero's in there. Sanchez is in there. So 1 or 2 to mark up. Kane, of course. Ben Mee trying to take care of Kane. Skipper on skipper. Lo Celso to deliver. Swings it in. It's flicked on. Chance for Kane. On the volley and over. He's had really the only 2 chances in the game so far. Yeah. Came at him very, very quickly.
A difficult one, that. It's a high ball and very difficult to keep it down on the turn, and yeah, it went well over the bar in the end.
Clever little corner, the flick on at the near post. Pope waiting for the ball. Knowing what Harry Kane has done to Burnley in the past, you've got to take care with him, I think.
Scored a hat-trick, didn't it, that one before Christmas? Was it 2017,
I think? Yeah.
December 2017.
Yeah. Collins to win that. On for Roberts. Caught,
That's
just
a
knocked
foul.
over.
Surely.
That's a foul.
Come on.
Surely it's a free kick. Oh, not great so far, I'm afraid.
Back there.
Here's Lo Celso. Boos from the crowd. Did look like Court was knocked over. Bergwijns hits it against Ben Mee. Will be cleared here. Burnley will be furious with that. And I think as furious with that as much as the poor challenge from Skip on McNeil that looked a red card. Throw on the halfway line.
He's not given us anything so far, has he?
No, Premier League referee Peter Banks. Still finding his way perhaps in the Premier League. But Spurs very fortunate to have 11 men after that Skip challenge.
Yeah, he was actually the referee at Rotherham, wasn't he, when we went there in the promotion season?
The 2-1 game, yeah.
First ever COMMS cam, that one, Phil.
It was. Here's Romero. Inside for Kane. Can't take it in his stride. Browner looks over the top. Everybody else really have pulled back near the halfway line. Here's Sanchez. Final minute of the 45. There'll be a couple of minutes to add on. It's gone wide here for Davis. Back for Skip. Gets it forward for Lo Celso. Back again for Lo Celso. Lo Celso looking to drive through the middle. Helps it on for Lucas Moura.
1 minute.
1 additional minute. Here's Royale. Thought about getting the cross in. Dummies it again. Back inside for Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura moving well. Trying to get it through the middle. No foul. Through to Nick Pope. And we're into time. added on. And it will be Pope to kick this out of his hands. Not easy for a keeper kicking today, I would imagine. And that's gone out for a throw on that right-hand side. Final seconds, really, I think, of time added on. Here's Davinson Sanchez. Helps it on for Davis. Back to Sanchez.
Should be that, you would have thought.
I would think so. Gets it back off Skip. Had one look at his watch, but we're into the second minute now. Here's Romero into the Burnley half. Lucas Moura. Burnley got to keep the concentration here. Højbjerg just bounced up his hand, unintentional, I think. He gets it away, and that's half time. Goalless at half time. Two opportunities for Harry Kane, the second of which probably the better, on the volley over the bar from the corner. Clearance from Emerson denied Dwight McNeil from a Goodmanson cross early on. Perhaps Spurs a bit fortunate to still have 11 men. It was a poor challenge from Oliver Skip on Dwight McNeil. The referee won't be happy when he sees that again, but it's goalless at half time. Burnley 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Very little in it, Dave.
Yeah, not too much in that first half. I think it's probably a fair score at half time. There weren't too many clear-cut chances for either side, really. Burnley had one, didn't we? Had a really good ball in from Johan Berg Goodmanson on this wing. Really dangerous ball in that Spurs managed to clear. But yeah, fair scoreline at half-time, and I don't think either team will be too disappointed with that.
Yeah, got to offer a little bit more going forward, Burnley, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's been difficult with the conditions, hasn't it, Phil? I think the wind played its part in the first half. It's not made it easy for the players. Spurs have probably got it down on the floor and played it around a little bit better than Burnley have, I think you would say. But they've not really had that cutting edge in the final third. Nick Pope hasn't had too much to do, really. And, yeah, all to play for in the second 45.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Conditions don't help, do they?
No, it's really blustery conditions. The wind's blowing around. There's not any real direction it's blowing in. So it's one of those where it is difficult, very difficult for the players.
OK, and we play to a conclusion. So we're going to have more goalmouth action in the second half if we're going to prevent penalties. Yeah,
maybe the players, maybe as the game goes on, we'll see the players maybe giving a little bit more towards the end of the game if it's still 0-0 at that point. I don't think either side will really want the lottery of penalties.
No, you'd want to avoid it wherever possible, wouldn't you?
Minutes. Yeah.
You'd want to avoid it. And Burnley have done pretty well recently, haven't they? Three penalty shootout wins, 3 different keepers.
Yeah.
So, they will have prepared.
Yeah, very much so.
We know from the last round, because Wayne Hennessy was due to play against Rochdale and it got injured in practicing penalties with the squad. So, certainly been practicing, and it'll be interesting to see if we get that far, what happens. So, at half-time, Dave, obviously a big anniversary comes Saturday, 9 years since the gaffer joined us. I mean, he was watching the day we lost 4-0 at Cardiff, and we took a right hammering there. We were a million miles from the Premier League at that stage. Yeah,
I mean, that was the problem, wasn't it? We were scoring goals, but we were conceding them for fun as well, weren't we? And I think that's one of the things that didn't quite get to grips with straight away, but certainly that was in development, and I think we saw that progress over time, and it's been the bedrock really for Sean Dyche's side, trying to keep the goals out, and it's. Yeah, we did have times where we would score goals and we'd leak 3 or 4, wouldn't we? The
Palace game, which was Eddie Howe's last game in charge, typical of that. We led, didn't we, and ended up losing 4-3. So, I mean, the close season, that first close season was important. He brought in the free signings of David Jones, Tom Heaton and Scott Arfield. and we were transfer-owned, weren't we?
Yeah, yeah. They
fantastic start to the following season.
It was dicey, wasn't it, towards the end of that season? We played 33 league games with Sean Dyche in charge. We won 11, we drew 11, and we lost 11.
That's right.
But getting towards the end, it was so tight down the bottom, we still weren't safe.
No.
We had to wait until reasonably close to the end of the season before we were definitely safe.
There were about 8 sides, 7, 8 sides in danger.
Yeah, it was really, really close, wasn't
it? We won at Wolves, didn't we? We won at Wolves 2-1. Danny Ings and Martin Patterson scored, and that basically secured our position. But it was, close to the end of the season.
It was, yeah.
What a transformation for the following year.
Well, yeah, incredible season. I don't think anyone really gave that much hope of Burnley getting promoted that season, but we talk about the 23 undefeated in the second promotion season, the 2015-16, but in 2013-14 we only lost one league game in that second half of the season, didn't we?
That's right, yes.
The game against Leicester.
Yeah, only lost 5 in the full season, which is a fantastic record. I mean, we came from nowhere almost, didn't we? And the other 2 sides that were promoted both broke financial fair play that season, Leicester and Queen's Park Rangers. Again, to put things into a little bit of perspective, I mean, it was a promotion almost from nothing. It
was incredible, yeah, and it's fantastic scenes here, weren't there, when we confirmed promotion. And
against Wigan,
we haven't looked back since. We had the setback obviously with the relegation, then bounced straight back.
Yes.
But it's been a lot more highs than lows with 9 years of Sean Dyche in charge.
Fantastic that as a club we stood by him when we were relegated.
Yeah.
Many wouldn't. Many clubs wouldn't have done that.
I think he was. Well, we proved that he's more than capable, and that second season was, if anything, it looked a little bit dicey in the first half towards Christmas, and then after that we never looked back, did we?
No. Ben Mee switched to centre back after the Christmas period, and that 23 unbeaten run was
Storm
incredible.
Desmond, wasn't it, on Boxing Day?
Sorry, beg pardon.
Yes,
Hull City, yes, we lost at Hull City. Feels like there's a storm here today, Dave, never mind Boxing Day back then. Joey Barton came to the club, and we looked almost unbeatable in that second half of that 2015-16 season. And we'd gone up, down, up. It was a bit of yo-yo, but we've proven ourselves since.
Yeah, I heard us somewhere described as a yo-yo club. I think that's a little bit unfair, really, because we had, obviously we went up in 2009-10 and then back down, and then we had, 4 seasons before we got back. I wouldn't really call Burnley a yo-yo club, would you? We've had 6 seasons now in the Premier League. It's a little bit of a disrespectful tag, I think.
It is rather, isn't it? It is rather. I mean, sometimes the Premier League can be frustrating if you're a team of the stature of Burnley. And we need to end that winless run now, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting, looking like Norwich, the fact that they struggled, really struggled when they came up, and then after being runaway winners, and then they won it again when they went down. There just seems to be a gulf now, doesn't there, between the Premier League and Championship?
In effect, Norwich, they have. They've won two of the last 3 Championship titles.
Yeah. And never looked like being a Premier League side.
No, not at the minute. No, not at the minute, unless something changes.
I mean, to be fair, they didn't sign a lot of players, did they, when they came up the first time? No. They spent best part of £50 million this time, haven't they, in terms of their
Yes, they have. Yes, yeah. I mean, Burnley couldn't beat them here, which was a disappointment. It was 0-0, obviously, but they didn't look a great side. They came very defensively, and Burnley couldn't break them down. I mean, it's tough in the Premier. It gets harder every year, I think, doesn't it? If you're the likes of Burnley. And the Newcastle ownership deal probably doesn't help, does it?
No, with money coming in, obviously they can't spend it until January, but you suspect that they're going to be able to splash the cash in January. Not that guarantees you anything, but they're likely to get some new bodies into the building by the end of January, you would have thought.
They are. I mean, it'd be interesting if they're still down there.
Yeah.
Because there'll be less than half of the season at the end of January.
I mean, I read something, one of the Kieran Maguire, who does the football money stats, basically saying that I think they can spend best part of £200 million because of the financial fair play, what they can offset against the ground and youth and whatever. Yeah. And the fact they've not pushed the boat out previously means if they wanted to, they could spend the best part of 200 million.
Yeah, one swoop.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that in January, though, can
No,
you?
well,
I think it's harder in January than in the summer. They may be looking for short-term sort of fixes initially. We've got to find 3 to finish above. The bottom line is, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you see the likes of Watford and their result on Saturday. I don't think we saw that one coming, did we, Phil?
No. Let's hope that's short-term. Leeds are struggling. Not entirely
second
convinced
season
about
syndrome, perhaps, for Leeds.
Not entirely convinced with Palace. I know they did well against Arsenal the other week. So there may be 1 or 2 others. Southampton looked okay on Saturday, but they were no better than Burnley. There's a long way to go. There's 30 games to go. Bottom line is Burnley need probably 10 wins. 10 wins in those 30.
Yeah, definitely.
To find 10 wins from somewhere.
Yeah, those 10 wins and another 4 draws somewhere, and you'd think we'd be all right.
Yes, 38 will probably do you. Particularly because the sides that have started poorly, and you're thinking maybe 35, 36 would be enough on that type of year. But we've got to find that win, Dave, haven't we?
We do.
Saturday would be a good time to start.
Yeah, well, we haven't had... Well, we obviously we beat Rochdale here, but we haven't had a league win, have we? A Premier League win since Aston Villa in January, so that's long overdue. 14
games, isn't it, in the Premier League? That's
unprecedented.
A long time. It is, yeah, for Burnley, yeah. We've got to find a win, you know. And you wonder if Brentford could be that. They're a big physical side.
Yeah.
Probably even more than Burnley, I would suggest. So sometimes Burnley play well against those physical sides. And we've got to hope Saturday's the day. You wouldn't want to go winless from your first 10, would you? Not many sides survive.
Well, we did, of course, didn't we? 2014-15, we didn't win in the first 10, and obviously that we know how that season ended.
Yeah, cost us. I mean, I had George Boyd with me the other week, and I think Boydie thought we could have stayed up that year. We probably didn't score enough goals. I know Danny Ings did well. We didn't score enough goals.
Needed someone else, didn't we?
Yeah, ideally you've got to try and get to 40 goals. If you score 40, concede 60, 65, chances are you'll stop up.
Yeah.
It depends when you score them and when you concede them, obviously, but we've lost that little knack of winning 1-0.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we've not had enough clean sheets, have we, really?
No.
We had the one against Norwich, and then we've struggled.
We had 8. Did we have 8 last year away from home? Which, you know, we've not really looked like having that this time. So, you know, I think in days gone by we've taken the lead and we've been able to hang on to it. At the minute, maybe the division's got better. I don't know. Maybe we've been found out a little. I'll tell you what, Maxwell Corning came out to warm up. The crowd absolutely love him, don't they?
Yeah, he's hit the ground running, scored 3 goals already. He's averaging, well, he's not played in terms of full games. He's been substituted, hasn't he? So
yeah. What do you think the issue is there? Is that adapting to English football?
I think it might just be fitness. We believe it was cramp on Saturday, don't we? Why he went off with 12 minutes play, but 78 is the most he's played.
Yes.
But if he can come in and he can be playing 90 minutes week in, week out, then he's going to do some damage this season, you think? Yeah,
I mean, he talked about intensity. There's a difference between French League and the Premier League, and I think he's realised that, and they're working on it at the club. Maybe for the first few weeks he's going to have to play 75 minutes and then adapt from there. I mean, the disruption might come if he played in the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Could miss a lot of games.
I mean, there's some reports saying it could be 2 or 3, others saying 7.
Could be as many as 8, I've seen,
They'll demand he leaves before Christmas. You know, he didn't say a lot about that when I spoke to him, so, you know, we wait and see what happens with that. But other clubs have got that problem as well. Yeah, well, other clubs potentially are hit by it a lot more than Burnley, aren't they? We are. Elsewhere at half-time, Leicester lead Brighton 2-1. Preston are holding Liverpool 0-0. Brentford lead 2-0 at Stoke. Ivan Toney's got the second. West Ham 0, Manchester City 0. It's 0-0 here. Referee Peter Banks has seen that footage back of the horror challenge from Oliver Skipp. He won't be very happy with himself.
It was a poor one.
It's a red card. I mean, any time it's a red card. I don't think you need VAR for that.
Do you think the referees maybe get a bit complacent now? The fact that they do have the VAR to fall back on.
I think they've changed
Premier League games.
They've changed their mindset, methods. Are they used to somebody looking over their shoulder almost? Any day of the week, it's a red card. It could injure Dwight McNeil.
Maybe Dwight's having a word with him now.
Well, yeah, I think Ben Mee knew. He went to the referee shortly after that. He is an inexperienced Premier League referee, but it's poor not to pick that up, I think. It was a poor challenge. Spurs come out from their dressing room on the far side. No changes for Burnley. So for the Clarets, it's Pope in goal. Roberts, Collins, Mee, Peters at the back. Birthday boy Gudmundsson, Cork, Brownhill and McNeil in midfield. Vidra and Rodriguez up top. No changes for Spurs. Galini in goal. Royal, Sanchez, Romero, Davis across the back line. Højbjerg, Skipp in holding roles. Lo Celso, Bergwijn, and now Lucas Moura. Hill went off injured early on, and of course Harry Kane up front. So, second 45 minutes, we play to a finish tonight. Burnley will get us underway for the start of this second half. Back with Collins. Matty Vidra scored inside 25 seconds in his West Brom career against Spurs. Let's see what Burnley can do in this second half. It's with Emerson Royal, right-hand side. Looks to throw it down the line. Flick on from Kane. Lo Celso under pressure wins the throw. Royal with it, goes back for Romero. And on in turn for Galini. Burnley haven't tested the keeper yet. To be fair, Spurs haven't tested Nick Pope either. Here's Galini. I'd spell it to Aston Villa and Manchester United as a youth. Italian international keeper. It's left-hand side with Davis. Looks to get it forward, and he'll run all the way through to Nick Pope. Not sure who's got the advantage with the wind. It's swirling, blustery conditions. That'll be a throw left-hand side with Peters. Wearing 23. Eric Peters, Dutch international of course, finds Vidra. Højbjerg just knocks him off the ball. Foul from Vidra. That'll be a free kick. Finds Sanchez. On in turn for Davis. Here's Højbjerg. To Bayern Munich before he went to Southampton. Ben Mee's caught Lucas Moura. And the referee just wants a quick word. Apologies from me. Lucas Moura accepts that. Back on his feet. Here's Davis. Uses Romero again. Wide for Royal. Hugging the touchline. Højbjerg on nicely here for Lo Celso. A little bit of space for the Argentinian down the right. Lo Celso uses Lucas Moura. Here's Skipp. Skipp goes wide. Bergwijn just coming inside. Up against Roberts. Lucas Moura clips one over the top. Roberts wins the header. Brownhill wins the next ball, but here's Bergwijn. Back heel. Davis well forward. Back inside again. Another back heel for Bergwijn. Touching, looking for Kane. Just beyond him. Runs behind. Goal kick to Burnley. Looked half a chance that, didn't it, for Harry Kane?
Yeah, it was racing past him. I think he was, if the ball had been right, he was in a dangerous position, but Yeah, let's have another look at it again. Positioned himself well, the ball was, well beyond him there.
It's back with Sanchez. Uses Galini. Hugo Lloris, of course, is the number 1. Joe Hart's gone to Celtic.
Usually captain, of course, Hugo Lloris. It's
yes, it
Kane
is.
captain today in his absence.
Yes, that's right.
Captain of England, but not captain of his club side normally.
No, that's a strange one, isn't it? We did have the situation when Tom Heaton was here. The 2 keepers were the skippers. Here's Collins, done well. Initially nearly lost the ball, but did well. Back again here for Brownhill. Uses Ben Mee. Peters available left-hand side. Halfway line. Dummies the ball, uses Cork. Ben Mee clips it forward. Vidra trying to flick it on, didn't get a meaningful contact, but he'll win it now. Stabs it wide for McNeil. Royal across, knocks it out for a throw. Peters with it. Here's Peters, picks out Brownhill, turns away nicely, trying to get a ball into the middle. It's easily blocked. Brownhill wins the next header. Here's Goodmanson trying to get it back in there for Rodriguez. Oyben missed kick, skied it touch. Court thought he was being pushed. Here's Lucas Moura, kept it in play, but Peters can't be passed. Here's McNeil, looks to try and get it wide, cut out by Davis. And Davis is driving forward now with Goodmanson committed. McNeil trying to make amends. Will it break for Burnley here? Kane on the deck.
No foul, correct decision.
Here's McNeil.
Just back it in there.
He was a little, wasn't he? Referee having none of it.
As he usually does, Phil.
Here's Mee. It's going to go long here, Mee. Looks to spread it wide for Goodmanson. Decent ball. Goodmanson back to Roberts. Roberts looking early for Vidra. Sanchez has got pace. Out for a throw-in, right-hand side, almost level with the Spurs penalty box. With Roberts, so we're going to see his long throw here. Yes, Collins is coming forward. So Nathan Collins just jogging forward. Kane doesn't go back with him. So this is interesting. First view of the long throw with Connor Roberts. Hangs in the air a little bit. Kane to win this. Touched on. Of course, Collins is out the fray now. Peters has won it. Here's Goodmanson. Touch inside, nice. Collins helps it on. Chest back to the keeper from Romero. First view. I mean, it's not easy in these conditions, but it could be a dangerous weapon going forward.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to put those advertising boards back a little bit further as well, give them a bit more of a run-up.
Yes, yeah, some players need a run, some don't. Here's Romero. It's all in the arm strength, apparently. Burnley's last win here against Spurs. You don't have to go back too far. February 2019. Wood and Barnes, the scorers, in a 2-1 win. Certainly upset Pochettino that day.
Yeah, I was with you for that one, wasn't I?
Yes, really upset Pochettino. Skip gets a touch on that, but Burnley nicked it back. Here's Cork. Uses his man nicely. McNeil on in turn. A little bit of space here for Peters. Looks to get one of his crosses in. Far past Goodmanson. Oh. Very nearly. Oh, he headed it back inside. Not sure he was going for goal. Rodriguez hit Rodriguez.
Couldn't get out of the way, could he?
Safety. No. Don't think it was on target. But Burnley's best move of the game. Don't think it was on target. It hit Rodriguez. Good cross nonetheless from Peters. Here's Kane. Looks to come inside. Good challenge from Peters. Clearances from Mee. Vidra battling away. Not getting a lot of joy at the minute.
Romero was all over.
Yeah, I was saying, not getting Vidra a lot of joy from the referee. Here's Lo Celso. Left-hand side, Bergwijn. Cut out well by Cork. 200th Burnley appearance tonight A chase for Rodriguez.
Went out.
It'll be a throw on that far side. You've got to go back 11 years for Jack Cork's first appearance, 3 spells. Played at Fulham in the Premier League. Fulham Burnley. 2010. Here's Ben Davies with the throw. If anything, the wind's getting stronger. It's gone back to Galini. Uses Romero. If anything, it's just getting worse here, isn't it? Really, really blowy. Skip to drive forward. Uses Bergwijn. Bergwijn looking to tease Roberts. Coming inside. It's against Roberts. Spurs throw, left-hand side. Bergwijn trying to knock it back for Davis. A little bit of space here. Lo Celso digs out a pass for Royale. Royale to get a ball in, he's too deep. It's beyond everybody. That'll be a goal kick. You do wonder if it's affecting the efficiency out there.
It's not helping, is it? I think the game's not as fluid as it would be if the conditions were still, but it is really, really windy up here, and we can see it's windy at ground level. There's several leaves on the pitch and they're swirling around, not going in any one particular direction. It's really difficult for the players to judge.
Goal kick with Nick Pope.
You could try a Panenka penalty today and it might blow back.
Might come back to you, yeah. Little way to go before we think about that, perhaps. Gudmundsson to win that. I thought he won the ball, but player stayed down. We'd want another look at Lo Celso, picks himself up. Here's Brownhill. Crowd not impressed with that, I don't think. McNeil's collected. Rarely misses games, McNeil, even in cup competitions. Here's Brownhill. Gets it wide, right-hand side for Roberts. Roberts looking to come inside. Uses Brownhill again. Brownhill to get a ball in as he found McNeil. Just drifted to that right-hand side, McNeil. Kept it in play. Here's Gudmundsson. Both wingers on the same side now. Here's McNeil. Dummies it once, gets a ball in. Headed away. Foul given. Roberts on Skip. Looked a little tame.
Will we see Maxwell Cornet, do we think, in this second half?
Give
a bit of impetus?
I came thinking tonight we wouldn't, but who knows? Who knows? Might be more Barnes and Woods day, perhaps. The priority has to be Saturday, and we know that. Free kick here with Nick Pope. Just hangs it in there. The wind just catches it a touch. Cork's won the first header. Brownhill will jump and win the next. Does win another header, Brownhill. Bit of break for Bergwijn. Here's Davis. Hits it against Gudmundsson. Good block. Good to see Gudmundsson starting again. He looks fit, looks well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He does. Just looking who we've got warming up down there.
Wood's
Chris Wood, isn't it?
Yeah. Needs a goal, I think, Chris Wood, at the minute. His confidence does rise with the goal.
Tends to go on sequences as well, doesn't he? Once he scores one, he gets 3 or 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Tends to be a little bit of a streaky scorer. He's got 48 Premier League goals as well. Needs 2 for 50. Here's Romero. Will use Sanchez. Ball forward. Way too much on it from Davis. That'll go behind for a goal kick. Pope in no hurry to take it now. Burnley 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. And we're going to see Ashley Barnes, I think. He's got the top off. And I think we're going to see Chris Wood as well. I think the manager's thinking it's going to suit those two.
Just like for like, do we think?
I think so. I think the front two will come off. Yeah, both these two scored in that 2-1 win we mentioned earlier. Here's Vidra. Touchback for Peters, looking for Rodriguez over the top. Header won by Sanchez. Royale under pressure from McNeil. Good pressure. Wins the throw. Approaching the hour mark. Burnley first to make changes, can make 5 tonight. Corpse caught his man. Royale feeling that a little. I don't think the crowd are particularly impressed. Did catch him.
It was a foul and nothing more.
No, he's caught him, hasn't he? There's nothing more in that. I think the referee on that occasion, he's telling Royale he's in charge. Change is coming now. Vidra makes way. Chris Woodham. Rodriguez makes way.
He won't add to his 12 goals in this competition.
No, he won't. 18 all told, isn't it? 12 for Burnley. It's a cracking record. Bearing in mind Harry Kane's only got 7. Maybe there'll be a chance in the next round. There is 14,637 here today. 2,307 from Spurs, which is just about full, I think. Credit to them. Here's Skip. Look at him on the pitch, really. On for Davis. Davis looking to get the cross in. Cut out well by Collins. Having another steady game, isn't he, Collins?
Yeah, he's playing well. Yeah. He's not put a foot wrong, really, since he came into the side. He's slotted in there and looked like he's always been there.
Tricky selection dilemma coming up for Sean Dyche on his 9th year anniversary. Here's Bergwijn, who's just skipped inside Collins, got back at him, held him up momentarily, and that's back to the keeper. Pope will get it away, left-footed. Wood battles away with Romero. Not sure the front two will fancy coming up, the back two will fancy coming up against Wood and Barnes now. Ball forward. Both have got decent records. Collins not happy here with Bergwijn.
The referee hasn't seen that, has he? I don't think.
He thinks Bergwijn's gone down too easily there, doesn't he?
Well, he looks like he's kicked out while he's on the floor as well. Not sure what contact he made.
Here's Romero. Both Wood and Barnes have got decent records against today's opposition. Wood's first Burnley goal came at Wembley, I remember.
On his Premier League debut.
Yeah, 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here's Oibert, goes wide for Davis.
There was a sub in that game, I think, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Robbie Brady pass, late equaliser. Here's Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura digs one in nicely, headed down, this will be Pope's. Easy take for the keeper. Pope will roll it out for Eric Peters. Peters to find Wood. Eased off the ball by Romero. Deemed legal by Peter Banks. Halfway line for the Argentinian.
I suspect it wouldn't have been if it was the other way around, Phil.
Yeah, there was a bit easing off, I think, so right sort of could have easily been a foul. Here's Lucas Moura. Sometimes you get him, sometimes you don't. If you're Burnley, you probably don't. Liverpool lead at Preston. Minamino's got that. Preston North End 0, Liverpool 1.
Full house at Deepdale, I think, isn't there tonight?
Yes, sellout, I think. Spurs fans singing Nuno make a sub, which is interesting.
Well, he can make 5.
Well, he's already made one, to be fair to Nuno Espirito Santo.
Not sure we'll be making 5, Phil.
No, you never know. You never know.
Can you make an extra one for penalties?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. The vagaries of competitions, aren't they? It's It's ridiculous. I've got opinions. Same rules for different competitions, probably. Touch inside by Barnes. Give Cork a lot to do. Burnley did okay. Roberts has got to retrieve the ball now far right. Barnes has got a little decent record as well against Spurs. Ball inside finds Barnes, trying to take it down on his chest under pressure from numbers. Loses out. Albert did well there. Forward here now with Kane, making progress into the box now. Harry Kane coming onto his right foot, trying to get past Collins. Combination of Collins and Roberts has dealt with it. Still with Spurs though. Here's Lo Celso. Helps it forward against for Kane. Edge of the box. Kane. Touch back. Burnley pushing Spurs back a little. Højbjerg, heavy touch from him. Brownhill's won it. Here's Barnes looking for McNeil. Wasn't the best of balls, but Barnes nearly wins it back. Here's Royal. Just not happening for Ashley Barnes at times. Burnley win it back through Brownhill. Here's Barnes again. Ball forward for Wood. Running beyond him is Goodmanson. Wood knocked off the ball by Sanchez. It'll break here for Kane. Kane's got Bergwijn with him. What's Lo Celso? Big chance for Lo Celso. Hey. Super save, Nick Pope. What a fantastic save that is. I think Lo Celso thought he'd scored there. Top save from Nick Pope.
Just put an arm out and saved it, didn't he? Did
massive
really well
save.
There.
Just reminded everybody what a good keeper he is. Here's Royal into the box. Hits it against Peters, corner Spurs. Top save from Nick Pope. When he's in top form, he is a fantastic keeper. We're seeing the replay now. It's a great ball. Lo Celso's onside. Super save.
Just tried to side foot it with the outside of his left foot, I think, there, didn't he?
I think he thinks he scored, though. Change here. Bergwijn's going off, isn't he? He has made a change. Skip coming off as well. We'll just get confirmation of those in a moment.
Son's come on, hasn't he?
Yes, he has, definitely. Recognise him. Find out the other change in a moment. Referee handed something to Lo Celso, not quite sure what it was. He seemed to put it in his sock. Here's what's happened here. They're going to take the corner again, I think. Referee wasn't ready. Seems a bit of a strange. And Ndombele's come on, the other change. 65 minutes come on for Skip. French international. Lo Celso again, finds Royal, bit of space, we can get the cross in here. Decent ball, headed on, should be away by Barnes. Helped on by Cork, remains 0-0. Approaching the halfway point in the second half. Penalties getting closer. Under pressure here, McNeil nearly nicks it. And Ndombele will go back to his keeper. Clearance from Gillini. Mead to win the header, win it well. Mora to take it down and then drive forward, just that well. Helps on for Kane. Kane threads it through. Lo Celso. Royal, right hand side, up to the little bit Spurs here. Header one and in. Lucas Moura, cross from Royal. Lucas Moura with a header down and beyond Pope. And Spurs have broken the deadlock, and it's Lucas Moura with a goal. Crossing from Royal. Burnley 0. Spurs 1. Lucas Moura with the goal.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way for Nick Pope to save on that. Really good header down, wasn't it? And gave Nick Pope no chance. Made a really good save just before to keep it at 0-0. But Spurs have broken the deadlock.
Yes. Yeah, good header. Just found himself in a bit of space.
Textbook header, wasn't it?
Was, yeah, got it down. Good cross from Royal. Burnley perhaps be a little bit concerned how Royal's got space right hand side. And Lucas Moura just moved away from his man.
From quite a way back, wasn't it?
Yes, good header. Very good header. So, Burnley have to come from behind.
At least there aren't away goals still.
No, doesn't count double in any circumstances whatsoever. Ball forward, Romero to win the header. Ball break. Too much on it from Brownhill. McNeil can't keep that in. Four times winners, Spurs. Well, they're ahead. It's great delivery from Emerson Royal. Me across to win that. Brownhill takes control, hits it against Kane, and that'll be a Burnley throw. The game had just opened up a little bit, hadn't it?
Yeah, they'd had one or two chances, one in particular before that when Nick Pope made a good save. But yeah, it's not been a game of many chances, but they've taken that one there of Tottenham.
Kane and me jump together. The break here for Lo Celso. Emerson Royal inside for Lo Celso. Plenty of little back flicks. Here's the scorer, Lucas Moura. Højbjerg looking to get it forward, perhaps Spurs now. Lo Celso back for Sanchez. Burnley have got to find a way of getting back in the game. Here's Kane near the halfway line, back into his own half. Was he caught? Roberts has caught him, has he? He's going to be booked.
It certainly wasn't the worst challenge we've seen all game, was it?
No, the worst challenge should have been a red card for Oliver Skipp. I mean, he's chasing him back, isn't he? And he seems to clip him.
Nothing more.
Not seen a replay. We are going to see one now. He's just pushing back. Yeah, it is a trip. It is a deliberate trip. Normally, I think would be a yellow card. It's a little petulant trip, perhaps. It's back with Sanchez. First booking of the game. Connor Roberts booked. Davis has caught Gudmundsson here. It's with Lo Celso. Burnley win it back through Roberts. Here's Brownhill, finds Gudmundsson. Back flick, looking for Barnes to run onto. Sanchez do it first. Lo Celso, 20 minutes remain. Spurs leading by goal to nil. Here's the scorer, Lucas Moura, running at the Burnley defence. Is he going to look to shoot here? Yes, another super save from Nick Pope to his right-hand side to deny the Brazilian a second. Here's Højbjerg. Emerson Royal again, got himself in space, good ball into the middle. Burnley haven't got a touch on it. Son to touch it back. Spurs have upped it a gear.
Yeah, it's in that corridor of uncertainty there, wasn't it? Yeah. The keeper and defender not knowing what to do for that.
Maybe Pope shouted and me left it.
Fortunately, it went sailed through and no danger.
Ball back with the keeper, Chiellini. Game come to life. Here's Romero. Uses Højbjerg again. Romero once more. Cornet is coming on. Going to be a double change. Burnley are going to use 4 subs, and we're going to see Maxwell Cornet. Dembele foul by Brownhill, I think, here. It is given. It's left-hand side for Son. Son to try and deliver a ball in, is he? And Dembele. Back again once more for Lo Celso, just slipped under his grasp. Win picks up once more. Double change certainly made a difference for Spurs. Romero uses Sanchez, but they're not getting the ball at the minute. Here's Davis, back from Dembele, former Lyon player. Clip forward from Højbjerg, well read by Ben Mee. Done well there. Header one at the back by Romero. Here's Lucas Moura. Goes wide for Emerson Royal. Driving at Peters now. Former Barcelona player. Comfortable save from Nick Pope. Good to see Nick Pope right back to his best, Dave.
Yeah, he's done well, made a couple of really good saves, and not too much he could have done with the goal today.
Yeah, a couple of really good saves. Roberts down the line for Gudmundsson. Back for Roberts. Here's Barnes and fouled. Sanchez went through the back of him, I think.
Chance to make the substitutions.
Yes, that's true.
Dwight coming off, I think.
I'm surprised if Gudmundsson was the other one as well. Lennon's coming on, and Cornet. Lennon against his former club. Won the competition, of course, with Spurs. So the wingers are replaced. And let's see what Burnley can do now.
Another long throw, perhaps?
Yes, from Connor Roberts, I think. Collins has stayed up. Cornet's on the edge of the box. Here's Roberts with the throw. In there, header backwards by Sanchez under pressure. Cornet on the chase. Moura to it first. It's a throw. This time Brownhill, I think. We're going to see Brownhill's long throw. Decent one in there. Barnes trying to flick it on. Lennon and Roberts were going for the same ball. Neither got there. Touch inside, won by Brownhill. Help forward here for Son. Touch back. The minute, Spurs will think they've got a stranglehold on the game. But it is only 1-0. Court wins this back and fouled by Son. And having booked Roberts, you would have thought Son would be booked, but not so. Free kick with Roberts. Final 15 minutes. Carabao Cup 4th round. Spurs leading by a goal to 0. Here's Connor Roberts with the delivery. Swung in, looking for Collins. Can't win the header. Hooked away. Peters will win the next ball. It's a real old-fashioned up and under. Cornet challenged Emerson Royal to it. They'll want to stop Emerson Royal getting forward, Dave, won't they, down that right?
Yeah, he's looked dangerous down that wing, hasn't he, today? A lot of their play, particularly second half, has come down there.
Here's Barnes. Touch back for Peters. On for Cornet. Cornet looking to find a little bit of his magic. Back for Peters. Here's Me looking to spread it. I think Davis will win this, though. Does win the header. Helped on by Lo Celso, only as far as Brownhill. Conditions are difficult. Really tricky out there. There's Lennon. Back for Roberts. Roberts looking to use Brownhill. Nearly got in each other's way. Here's Collins. Squares it for Me. Here's Peters looking to get the ball. It's half blocked into Van Baal and it's given. Højbjerg did have his arms raised. I can't really see what his excuse is. He's stopping the cross going in, isn't he?
Referee was right on the spot, wasn't he?
Yeah, his arms above his head. I really can't see how he can argue otherwise.
Chance to whip one in from this left-hand side.
Cornet is over it. 13 minutes left. Spurs leading 1-0. Brownhill replaces it. Is that significant? Does that mean Brownhill's taking this? Not sure. It's a one-man wall. Brownhill with it. Swings it in. He's in there. Couldn't get the vital touch though. Looked a good delivery.
Into the danger area, wasn't it?
Son just hacks it away. This time it's Burnley applying pressure.
Nick Pope playing sweeper.
He is, yeah. Cork encouraging him to get it forward. looking to swing it right in there. Collins had stayed up, Barnes with the flick on, Lennon trying to keep it in play. Puts Sanchez under pressure, no foul, and that'll be a Burnley throw. Bottom line is we haven't really tested the keeper yet, Dave, have we?
No, we need to create something in this last 10 minutes or so.
Here's Roberts with a long throw. It's in there, bouncing around in there. Barnes trying to win it. He thinks he's knocked over. Referee has none of it. Decent long throw again. But he didn't get a meaningful touch at any stage, really. Romero to clip it forward. Lucas Moura inside, won by Brownhill. Here's Cornet. Knocked out of play by Royale, who's limping now. Peters to take this. Cork to touch it back to Peters. Here's Collins. On for Roberts. Collins to stab it forward. Flick on finds Barnes. Just couldn't get himself in a position to get the... Here's Roberts. Brownhill inside for Cork. Touch wide nicely for Lennon. Against his former club. Uses Roberts. He's onside. Can he get a cross in? Thought about left-footed. Cork's made himself available right-hand side. Challenge wins it, and it's a goal kick. Challenge from Lascelles, so Spurs leading here by 1-0 into the final 10 minutes. Burnley have one further change on the bench. Will Norris, Charlie Taylor, Ashley Westwood, Phil Bardsley, Kevin Long. Spurs in no hurry to take it. I think the referee's hurrying them along a little now.
It's not working.
No, it isn't. No, I think that 18-yard rule hasn't helped. Why can't all players...
It's taken about 30 seconds since the referee warned him there.
I think all players should be allowed in the 18-yard box. It'll stop that messing about with centre-backs. Here's Peters. Looks to find Wood. Wood trying to knock it on for Cornet. He was running behind Royale. Lucas Moura's got that away. Here's Kane. Touched inside. Ndumbele on for Son. Son looking to tease Roberts here. It's a test for him. Back inside for Ndumbele. Good work from Cornet running back. Burnley win it with Lennon. Lennon inside for Brownhill. Here's the skipper, Mee. Hooks it wide for Roberts. Ball forward. It's a chase for Wood. Sanchez to it first, wants it to go out of play, and it does. It'll be a Spurs throw.
The referee's letting them take as long as they like.
Yes. Yeah, he's got to stamp down on it.
And he's stolen about 20 yards there.
Yes, he has, hasn't he? Header won by Collins. Burnley trying to get the ball under control. Barnes headed it forward. Work here for Peters. Centre circle, gets a head on it. I think the crowd thought he maybe could have taken that down. The conditions are difficult though. Throw from Roberts. Looking for Barnes. Lennon's picked up the loose ball. Trying to go on the outside. He's won the throw. And they've got to hope there's a chance in the game for them.
Need to make one of these count, don't we?
Yeah. Collins is coming forward for the long throw.
They've looked a little bit at 6s and 7s when the ball's gone in of Tottenham, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Not really test the keeper enough. Might fall here for Wood. He's just made his way to the back post. Uses Peters. Peters, Roberts is arriving late. It's headed away though. Wasn't the best of balls in from Peters. He's got the ball here. Looks for Brownhill. Brownhill under pressure. Uses his head. Down the line for Cork. Kept it in play but can't find Cornet. Wins it back and wins it back well here, Cork. He's got Cornet with him. Looking for a bit of magic here. Inside for Brownhill. Brownhill, good skill. Back with Peters. Wide for Cornet. Lifts the crowd. Cornet looking to get the cross in. Blocked by Emerson Ryle, who's been fantastic today. It's Cornet once more. Brownhill for Cornet. Inside nicely for Peters. So Cornet playing left midfield. Back with me. Might have to just go in here from Ben Mee, looking to test Spurs at the back. It's bouncing around in there, and it's Romero who's been good. Gets to it. Here's Nick Pope. Get it back in there. Get onside, get it back in there. Collins has stayed up. It's Cornet that's going to have to jump and win the header. Has done. Barnes looking to turn. Decent shot. Produces a save from the keeper.
Just didn't have the power on it, did it, in the end?
No.
Comfortable save.
Yes, it was, Gillini. Nice turn, though. Gillini with the kick. Ben Mee's gone through to Nick Pope. Origi's got a second. Liverpool 2-0 up at Deepdale. Cross comes Romero to win it, but he's only found Court with it. Court tried to stab it forward for Wood. Might break here for Barnes. On for Cornet. Drawn into the box. Cornet. Back into the middle. Couldn't get that vital touch. Done well there, Burnley. Just opening up for the Clarets a little. Cornet's heavily involved. Wants the ball again. Here's Peters. Looking to feed Cornet. It's going to be a throw. Browner's going to take a long one.
Is the referee paying attention?
Just coming in from Brownhill to the middle, headed away. I think Højbjerg just got the header in the end. Brownhill to win it, helps it on for Peters. Peters thought about the cross, he's got it in there, it's deep. Nearly fell for Lennon, headed away by Davis. Better from Burnley.
Vital touch from Davis, that was.
Yeah, it was. Connor Roberts will deliver a long throw. Gets it in there, looking towards Collins, flicked on and away. Not out of the box yet. Cornet trying to get it back in there, smashed away. Ben Mee gets it back in there. Collins to try and flick on. Sanchez away in the end. Court gets it back in there. Ted Tennis in the middle. Court wins it once more on Court. That looked a poor challenge. Why does the referee not pick that up? It was in Dumbele, wasn't it, on Cork, who won the header, and Dumbele crashed into him. Long ball from Pope, looking towards Barnes. Sanchez does well again. Sanchez and Romero have done well in the air. Son on quickly here for Lucas Moura, but Peters has won it. He's looking for Cornet, and Mr. Royale got there. It's going to be a throw. Battle between those two. Back again with Brownhill. Give Cork a bit to do. Ben Mee on quickly here for Roberts. Good ball. Done a good game, Ben Mee. Here's Roberts. Uses Lennon. Lennon, take his man on the outside, blocked by Davis, it's a corner. Much better from Burnley. They've come to life. Can they get an equaliser? It's going to be Cornet to go across and deliver. Cries have come on Burnley, the crowd have come to life. 3 minutes remain, Cornet with the delivery. Collins is up, Mee's in there. Cork's on the keeper. He's got to be careful he doesn't come offside. Swung in there. Some bounce around. Eric Peters and over. Just fell to him, edge of the box. Tried to keep composed. Left foot swinger over the bar. Took it down on his chest. Off volley over the target.
We've seen him score some screamers in cup competitions. Just couldn't keep that one down, could he, Phil?
Yes, yeah.
Disappointed with himself.
Yes, I think so. The centre-backs have done well today for Spurs, haven't they? A second ball's come on. Chris Wood just knocks it behind. It's come back on again, hasn't it? Keeper just very slowly knocks it behind. See, the referee's got a part to play here, hasn't he? He's got to hurry them along now, surely.
Making a sub.
Oh, they are, yes indeed. Not very quickly either. Lo Celso to go off.
Like how they wait 40 seconds before the goalkeeper takes the free kick and then they decide to make a sub.
Yes, I think game management it's normally called, isn't it? It's going to be Rodon, isn't it? Joe Rodon to come on. Extra height at the back in the final few minutes. It's gone to 3 centre-backs just for the final few minutes here. Flick on from Kane. Collins just got there above Son. Ball over the top, looking for Wood on the chase. Sanchez gets there, hasn't got a good touch on it though. Can Wood get it back into the middle? Looks to do that, can't find his man. Up to 8, Wood has another chance here. Holds up to the ball, goes wide for Lennon. Lennon inside here. Connor Roberts to try and get a ball and it's blocked by bodies. It is flicked on, should get it away now. Lucas Moura. Ben Mee coming to meet this. Jumps at the same time as Peters. Won't break for Burnley. Barnes has fouled his man. Stop the momentum. I think Burnley wants the player on his feet quickly. They see it as a another bit of game management perhaps. Just foul Højbjerg. Could be the end of the road for the Clarets in the Cup, Dave.
Yeah, we've only got, what, 17 seconds and whatever the referee decides to add on. Should have at least probably 3 minutes, maybe with the substitutes.
Yeah, well, certainly, but Burnley have made 4, haven't they? Spurs have made 3 in the second half. So that's...
4 minutes.
Yes, it's 4 minutes, is it? Yeah. There's very little added on apart from subs. Because you've got to 3.5 minutes with the subs. Anyway. Throw with Davis, left-hand side. Kane and Roberts clash. It'll be a goal kick for Burnley.
Free kick.
Free kick, isn't it? Foul by Kane. Pope to just place it. Pope with it. Headed backwards by Romero. Might break here for Brownhill, but he can't get it wide. He's trying to win it again, Brownhill. Good energy in the middle of the park. Peters under pressure. It's gone wide here for Brownhill. Back inside for Peters. Peters looking long, trying to get it into the danger zone. Collins has stayed up. Bounces off legs. Court wins it. Cornet back inside for Brownhill. Here's Taylor. Ben Mee once more. Looks to get it forward. Can't find Cornet. Højbjerg to knock it out of play. With Peters. Looking for Cornet. Peters trying to go on his outside. Cornet couldn't keep hold of the ball. Ben Mee wins that against Kane, but Son will collect this. Kane's onside. Keeper coming and wins it. Brilliant from Nick Pope. He's had a super game. Ball is good as well. Looking for Barnes. Can't win it. He'll go through the opposing keeper. Very positive, Nick Pope, and did well there.
Yeah, Kane timed his run. He was actually inside his own half, so it's not going to be offside. And Nick Pope came out really well, kind of chested the ball down and very coolly sent it forward again.
If Burnley were to equalise now, it would basically take it to penalties.
We don't have long, though.
No, we don't. No. Collins battling with Kane. He thought he was fouled. Son to flick it on for Kane. Kane's driving down that left-hand side, trying to go in the box. Roberts sticking with him. Collins is back as well. And between them, they've nicked it off him, but conceded the throw.
Which they're in no rush to take.
Barnes to win this though. Lennon to try and help it on, but he'll break for Son. Here's Lucas Moura. Done well again, Lucas Moura into the box now. Burnley got to be careful. Who's that come off? Burnley legs. Corner. That might just seal it for Spurs. It would be 1 win in 17 at home for Burnley. which in all competitions, which isn't great, but they've got to end that on Saturday if they can against Brentford. Son. This is a little bit of a farce at the far side. Dummying to take the corner, and I think he's going to take a booking now, Peter back. I've got to say that's long overdue. We should have been hurrying them along before. Kept dummying taking the corner, didn't he? And then Burnley were within 10 yards. Here's Ben Mee, leaves it for the keeper. Got to get this forward. Oh, he's overrun it there. Lucas Moura nearly nicked it. There's an offside flag here, and Burnley will have a free kick. It was all a bit farcical. Might be Burnley's last chance, this. It's finished 2-0 Liverpool.
Not there, is it?
Last chance this, isn't it? Just get it forward and see what happens. But he's blown for full time. Spurs have gone through. They'll go through to the quarter-finals. Burnley 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. The goal came on 67 minutes. Good work from Emerson Royal on this right-hand side. His cross was met by Lucas Moura, downward header beyond Nick Pope. Pope made good saves, to be fair, from Lo Celso and from Emerson Royal. Burnley's best chance, probably, of the half fell to Johan Berg-Gudmund's header at the back post. His header connected with Jay Rodriguez, and the chance was gone. Spurs go through by a goal to 0. A night when Burnley never really got going.
No, we didn't really test the keeper, did we? There weren't too many chances at either end, but Spurs just had that little golden spell, didn't they? And second half, they had a couple of chances before they scored, and then they got the goal with a clinical header, you have to say. And probably on the balance of things just about deserved the win.
The big plus, Ben Mee played 90 minutes and looked fully fit.
Yep, Connor Roberts getting minutes as well, which is good. So from that point of view, and also we saw Ben Mee and Nathan Collins play together, so that's another plus.
Yes. Burnley just didn't create the chances they'd have wanted on the night.
No, we've had two pairs of strikers, and neither of them really had a shot on target, have they?
No. Big game Saturday now, isn't it?
Burnley, that's the important thing.
Burnley must look to beat Brentford on Saturday and get themselves moving up the Premier League table.
Yeah, we know we've got Chelsea after that, so 3 points on Saturday would be a huge boost.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for your help tonight. Carabao Cup, 4th round. Spurs the winners by a goal to 0. That goal from Lucas Moura on 67 minutes. Spurs got through to the quarter-finals. Ben Mee played 90 minutes. Connor Roberts 90 minutes on his debut. They're the plus points. Burnley now face Brentford on Saturday here. First time ever those two sides have met in the Premier League. Burnley against Brentford at 3 o'clock on Saturday. George Boyd with me for that one. We'll be on air from 2:45. Going to leave you the news. Spurs have won here in the Carabao Cup. Burnley 0, Spurs 1. Lucas Moura with the goal.